Chosen Ones, Starseeds, Blu-rays, whoever you are out there. We are going to need at least 50 subscribers before I will be able to release some of my remote views. We have managed to gather a little bit data about other worlds, how they look like. I can't see anyone who really have necessarily taken on the same. I want to upgrade it a little bit, work a little bit on the, how to say, yeah, just to edit the videos a little bit. So I also want to provide you with some drawings in whatever we have been able to obtain. I'm not even sure I can call it remote viewing or if it's a mix of remote viewing and channeling. All I know is that all of a sudden I go into a meditation, I would go a little bit down, count from 10 to 0, and certain places will appear to me. And we need to be able to separate whatever is implemented to you, maybe through a movie, and you need to also have that in the back of your head. Someone channeled that movie, and so certain things will appear to you that is maybe all you. So I now have decided race for Stariel. Stariel is entitled to me and only me, and it sounds very selfish. However, the name was given to us. Okay, so I started to come out a little bit. Someone are coming out today as either gay or non-binary, or I'm really a blue dragon and blah blah blah. Well, it's time for me to reveal to you a few secrets. It's time now. I don't see any point holding back the madness. We're already seen as bad. That train left a long time ago. So thing is that the person you're looking at is not just, well, it's one person, but we consist of a collective field of consciousness. Has this been done before? Yeah, I discovered it in my mid-30s, and it was weird just saying I and me. So I started to refer to myself in third person, or I would start to refer to as we, because that sounded more correct. And they would probably diagnose me with schizophrenia, or because I'm able to tap into other worlds since I was a child. They would also, they have actually implied that I've got dissociative personality disorder as young. I don't think it's a disorder. I think it is a gift to be able to go into a place and the place is appearing in front of you, and you just go out there, you go into a deep trance meditation, and this place will appear to you, and you are gaining information. You realize these are the things I know how it's done, basically, and it's all being filtered through your ego brain, your ego mind. So you will question it, and it will have its own signature. Like, I don't channel different languages. Well, actually I do that too. So I've been working a little bit on that as I've been studying cymatics, linguistics, and a little bit of this. We still do that. So I was hoping to provide you with more information in regards to, basically in a book, how these places look like. As I am also a illustrator, I would be honored to, I always wanted to be an architect. However, my math skills suck really bad. And I isolated that brain when I part of the brain when I was a child, having really boring math teachers, being bullied a lot for not really paying attention and not being, up there in the top. I don't know what to call it. So I realized that I have been traveling a lot. And so on that channel, the Blue Rays for Stariel, I was hoping to gather a group of people where we can talk a little bit about how it's like I thought remote viewing was really difficult. Turns out that I've been tapping into it more than once, and especially when the DMT production is at full bay, you will be able to, as long as you can keep yourself lucid, you will be able to go pretty far. You will be distracted a little bit. I noticed that when people are coming home here and they yawn and they go to the toilet and they cook food, it can be distracting. So being as quiet as possible, using some nice background music. I really recommend Aurelia Coates. Is a young, beautiful woman who are channeling wonderful music from a place I also consider to be very similar to the place I reside from, or which is known as Astariel. So that's something that belongs to this collective. Astariel is a collective, and we consist, first of all, Astariel is a place. It's also a state of mind, but it belongs to this entity which sit right here and represent these entities to you. So we are going to explain to you different things, some things that might blow your wig off, and also what it means to be chosen. We are going to, some of you might get smashed in the face in regards to some channels that I question when it comes to the information they will provide you with, which they consider to be the chosen ones construct. There is a lot of misinformation out there. I'm not going to claim to you that I possess the truth. I'm just going to provide you with information and certain kinds of techniques that you might have use of. So thing here is that the chosen one is something that we find in the Bible. However, it's got its roots in the Vedas, Indus Valley, probably even maybe possibly Samaria. And I'm gonna go back and try and find that piece of paper that literally shows you what and who the chosen ones are. However, you can also choose to be a chosen one. You can also find out a little bit on your own, and so I'm going to develop some few strategies I am trained in myself, and also information that has been provided to me from beings which are not really physical. So it's crazy out there. Yeah, I was bored for a long time because I thought that my being was limited, but realizing that it's not as limited as I thought it was made me very happy. And so it makes me very happy to know that I will now be able to share with you knowledge which is far out there, and which hopefully will blow your mind, and to realize things I've realized, and to share certain things with you. It's my absolute honor to bring together those of you who are interested in changing the world for the better. Now, there are some few questions, there are some Q&A which I myself also have in regards to certain substances and things that are consumed through food, by also being bombarded with 5G and all these things. How does this affect the ascension process? Well, there is also new information in regards to the ascension process. So stay tuned on the Blu-rays for Stariel. Subscribe to that channel, and that's the channel I'm going to provide with you information which is mind-blowing to some of you. Okay, so today I just want to start out with a little bit of information about, some of you, to a group collective, a general group collective information. So we are basically going to speak to you as from the group collective, also known as Stariel. This is with us, and we are here to help you. And the human specimen you're looking at, she's known as Malinora Ravenheim, also short known, we call her just Raven. And Raven, it's at that point when the last name was taken, as she is of Romani descendant, it's been difficult to find a proper last name, so she picked her own. And Raven is actually pretty fitting, as Raven is a messenger between the worlds. It's pretty symbolic like that. Now, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? There are certain places, certain areas, certain dimensions that are overlapping, and certain I channeled into a place today. I tapped into a place today. I didn't register it, but I will remember it, and I hope to provide you about the information, as much information that I can. We will try to give them a certain mark, maybe a name, maybe not so much as a name, as just a reference, so you will be able to tap out, and maybe you will recognize those words. Maybe some of you can co-work with me, co-create with me, and help me if you recognize the words that I'm providing you with, and you can feel that, oh my God, I remember this world too, right? So many of the words we also see in fantasy illustrations are in fact, just like many movies are in fact, some information regarding the movies are actually information provided to them from people who are from the military, and certain information is channeled and certain information are provided to them from people like myself, who are capable of tapping into other worlds, and we like to call them imaginary worlds. And these are the things that this channel is going to be about, the Blu-rays of Astariel. So why the name Astariel? Well, I had to ask, what is the name of this world I keep seeing all the time, and literally we literally try to get back there all the time, and it was just shown to us. Its name, you can just call it Astariel. So for now I'm still using a pretty primitive version. I want to upgrade the Starseed version of this deck. Currently it seems like I have to produce some of the decks on my own. So for now, I'm going to just use this simple deck. We also have the Starseed deck and the work your light Lightworkers deck. We also have Lemurian, Starseeds, and from here we are going to reveal to you certain things going on. Now, there are some adjustments going on here. Now, there is also another very, very important information I have for you, and that's the one reason many of you do not remember what specific task you have here as a starseed, except, oh, you're supposed to raise the frequency and raise the vibration and raise the awareness and blah blah blah, be the warrior of light and peace and yada yada yada. Some of you are sleeping agents. We literally had to wipe your mind because the people we are dealing with, our beautiful friends, if they know exactly the reason you are here, this is also why we are working on trying and finding a way to inform you in a manner which can be less detectable. Now we have to be open about this, that yes, you can hear us. Yes, we are currently no threat to you and we have no intention of being a threat to you. All we do here is being a few hippies, and we're not really going to, sabotage your Novis Ordo Cyclorum. Or are we? So yes, and they are pretty aware of that there are a few sleeping agents here, and some of you literally have, you don't belong here, but your memory is being wiped out. First of all, where is your background? Now this is to the collective who are right here now. Ask yourself, are you one unit or do you consist of a collective? Are you one of those who can't make up your mind what clothes to wear, what music to listen to, because are you one of those who can find yourself in all kinds of cultures? You see yourself, you mirror yourself everywhere, and when you are thinking a thought, you get multiple of ideas. It's like there are several different kinds of consciousness, low and high, which are kind of fighting for the attention or fighting for, driving the vehicle, which is known under your identity human name. It's a little weird. But it's weird because we haven't talked too much about it. Now, Abraham Hicks is being very acknowledged through this, to my joy, realizing, okay, it's not just me who are being a little bit weird here. It's probably a lot more of you out there who are sleeping agents. And why are you a sleeping agent? Well, this eye is capable of penetrating your mind and literally map what you're up to. Okay? When a regular phone can pick up on what you're thinking and from there shoot out a lot of commercial bullshit, it's pretty much out there in the open that whoever we are dealing with are capable of picking up on what we are up to. Now, in that sense, first of all, be very careful with all channels that are talking about. Well, we're going to get back to that. Anyway, my intentions here are pure. All I know, we are going to dig deep into this, and I want you to come to my channel, invite you to my channel to do certain live things. And for now, we first of all are going to have a look at who are here. Okay. And who is it that so we're going to pick out, let's find out. But we do the dice thing, it's pretty easy. I have to do it again, unfortunately. So we're going to pick out 9 specific, we are a mix here when it comes to the starseed thing. So we are a mix. So we're going to find out what kind of mix that we are attracting right now. I'm making this place so beautifully blue. This is not really, obsessed with harmony and beautiful colors here. Okay, so we are going to pick out 9 archetypes that you consist of, or that you're working with, or you know, if it doesn't resonate, it could be someone else listening to this right here and right now. Who are you? So we have the blue avians. I'm starting to get to know the blue avians very well. They are philosophers. Realize they are here to release karma and mysticism. Okay. So I've heard a little bit about the blue avians. I'm literally ashamed of the drawings, so that's why I hesitate to use them. Turns out that there are more than one starseed who's been encountering them, so I haven't, as I'm aware of. Let's see what more we can pick out. So we have the Anunnaki here. I can tell you as much that according to my research, I am myself, especially if you are rhesus negative. It's reptilian, Anunnaki, descendant, hybrid, the rhesus negative blood. I've talked about it for years, and first now it's coming out in the open that the rhesus negative blood is reptilian. Okay, so I know for sure that this is controlling drama, conflict of interest. So we have good and bad everywhere. Good Anunnakis, bad Anunnakis. So we have short grey. There are literally, I think there are thousands, maybe even more, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of different types of grey. They are timid, misunderstood, shy. Some of them, most of them are known to be very mechanical. We have the Pleiadians, most of them incarnate as feminines like myself, and we are blonde, blue-eyed, and they have a very strong Shakti kind of energy, feminine energy, compassionate energy. I think this portrayal of them is horrible. Again, the artist here, sorry dude. Well, it's better than just writing. Oh, that's a little bit colors. We do have some Venusians here, which is the new ruler, which is going to be the new spiritual master of this solar system. That means that Neptune's gonna go, and Venus is going to be elevated according to my education. I'm not putting it out there as the ultimate truth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So many of you could feel that you're a mixture here. And we do have the water element, so that could be Mintaka, Sirius B, reflection, kindness. Many of you could feel attraction to the ocean. many of you could be Mintakan or come from basically a water planet. Let's continue a little bit and see. So we have the Vega system. They are portrayed here as African-like beings with elongated skulls. That they are not vegans, they are from the Vega system. These are all about solitude, independence, and peace. They're peaceful, nice beings. Some of you could feel attraction to that. You can also do a search to find out a little bit. Here we have the Merkaba field. So this is shown up as 33, which is a very sacred number. It's about movement, long distance, travel, and excitement. And I do believe we have the Merkaba here, portrayed as the hexagram, three-dimensional. The Merkaba also hidden here in the cube of Metatron. Now, so working the Merkaba field is your own space, is your own vehicle that you travel with in space and time. So when you go from here, it's actually quite strange that we are not capable of just, we've been fiddled with. Here we also have Syrians A, artistic, integrity, and honesty. They look so weird. I'm not even going to show them to you, but they are playing with the Merkaba fields. They look so weird. I can't even really tell you that that's exactly how they look like. When it comes to Astral Legend TV, I love it, but just be a little bit careful because, we're going to get back to that. According to Astral Legend TV, the Draconians, or some subspecies of the Draconians, which are very violent and aggressive, I believe it's those who do not have the wings, they have the Ouroboros as their main symbol. Now we do also have that symbol in my culture, also known as Nidhogg. It's basically a serpent that surrounds Midgard. So yeah, that's where the Tolkien gods is from. A lot of old Nordic. It was inspiration by our, the culture before the Christians came. We do have the air element here, so philosophy, discrimination, okay, and empathy. So the air element here shows me that some of you, we have Uranian people like myself. In sidereal, I'm almost pure air. I'm basically librarian, Libra, combination with Gemini and Aquarius. Houses placed in 5th house. I like to have fun. So that's the sidereal chart. So I love knowledge. Aquarius 8th house, obsessed with all stuff like this. Here we have the Fibonacci spiral, the golden ratio, beauty, nature, patterns. So some of you, I'd say many of you who are on these channels are scientists, and some of you are here to do research. Please feel free to give me a comment below and tell me why you think you are here, except for the obvious to, learn, expand, raise the frequency. When we are standing beside someone else who are in this coma, this mass hypnosis, we are literally exchanging data with them. So it's very important that we're waking up. Talking about alpha draconians, corrupt unethical cults. So these are the guys, you don't want to mess with them. They're not considered to be reptilians by someone. someone like George Cavasilas, which is one of my favorite lectures, he would rather say, try to think about a dinosaur. It's not really necessarily reptilian, the dinosaur. It eats grass, some does not, but reptilians got this scaly skin. The alpha draconis are a little bit different, however, not portrayed like that here. However, the reptilians are a subspecies of these. So don't take this as, oh, it's the ultimate truth. We do also have the tall whites here, uncertainty, distrust, guarded. We also know that many of the tall whites are within a program that is, according to my last information, that was, here we have, by the way, Syrian B. It's beautiful. Responsibility, lessons growing up. I don't know if this is a Mintaka energy or if it's the sun. If you are very attracted to the ocean, I know I had one journey as a mer. It shocked me because I was like, no, that's just fairy tale. I believe UFOs and all that, but mermaids? Apparently they exist. The mer people do exist, and I had a journey as a mer. That's another story. I think I have mentioned it on my channel, Ravenheim Taroko, but we do have many Syrians here. He would mention something interesting, that the Alpha Draconi system, which is a star system, that the temples here on Earth are literally placed in such a manner that it's not just the pyramids. You see that they are connected directly up to the Orion system or the Orion belt with pretty much very accurate precision. But the temples as well, the real significant temples here on Earth, are literally mirroring Alpha Draconis in the sky. So that's one thought. When that's said, Alpha Draconis are known to be more or less a very aggressive race, and you can't shoot them. They are you can't penetrate their skin. They are aggressive. There is now there is Star Wars. There's been war for a long time, and some of the Pleiadians are not just good people. So we are going to find a place for you here on this one. I like. Lately I felt a little bit lost just doing love reads for the tarot community. I feel like it's time now, with my obsession for these things as a little child, it's time now that I come out and push the line a little bit further, because there is stuff going on now on Earth which is quite interesting, and not all of us are going to survive, but not all of us are here to survive. Some of us, like I said, some of you are sleeping agents, and if you know what your task is, for sure it will lose its purpose, basically. So that is also why sometimes when they create a movie, many of the actors will not know what the end of the movie is before it's actually, now it's time to create the end of the movie, so to make sure that the story, it's not being leaked to the public. And the reason many of you people out there are sleeper agents is simply because that is very easy for someone to pick into your brain, and or if we find out that you have a far more great significant than those who are going to continue the 3D space-time continuum experience. It's best maybe to just me sitting here and implying and attracting people who might be sleeping agents is in itself. I don't know if the algorithms on this channel is going to go far up all there in sky. Luckily we have more places called Rumble and all that stuff. Hopefully I will be able to. This gives me energy. So we also have Alpha Centauri here. I don't know why they're portrayed. I also see them as Sagittarius people, horse people, but here they are also showing up as aquatic. So yeah, we are going to talk a little about what is a sleeping agent, and the fact that you know your mission into detail could put the entire mission in danger. Okay, I believe many of the silence that was in the Battlestar Galactica, they didn't know they were silence, because if they knew here we have the fire element, warrior, passion, fearlessness. So this is the group here. If you resonate with any of this group, which group do you resonate more with? We are also going to bring up more information about what needs to be done. Now we do have the reptilians and the greys here. I for sure did get these. I got the greys, I got the Anunnaki and the tall greys in one read. Because I know that I've been on Orion and I've been fiddling with these people more than once. Now we are going to find out a little bit about what kind of missions some of you have without ruining your disguise. All right. So tell me where you are in your journey. Tell me, we are as we are awakening up with different skills. Okay. And as you are being aware, it's about the transcendence of the self. It's about the realization of who you truly are. You'll know that the things you thought that was a God-given ability to people like Bashar or people we judge them as crazy people, turns out that you might miss out on a few things by simply that's it, crazy people. And yet again, there could be something about your DNA which have also been fiddled with in later. I have had visitors in my room, I remember that very well, specifically one episode that there was at least 2 entities in my room that visited me. I have a feeling they could be tall greys. They were for sure intimidating. I couldn't see exactly, they kept a distance, so they didn't do anything. They didn't take me away. If I've been taken away at some point, I cannot pick up on that memory right now, and there could be a reason for that as well. So my stories are a little bit different, and I would love it if we could bring together a little bit about what all of you can come with. So let's start here. If you do resonate with the blue avians, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give out a few specific things that are going from the Light Seers Tarot here, and that might be the current energies going on right now. and maybe some information provided to you that will be given to me from the collective. So as you see, I drop between talking through the ego, and sometimes I give the speech to the collective. All right. So it's a mixture of having a regular conversation through my regular personality and a mixture of some channeling. Okay. So we're going to start with message number 1. I'm going to see how many messages are needed. 12 messages. So the Great Severing. So we have a desert planet here. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So this is the first card we get. So some of you could be Martians, some of you could be Martians, and if you know the story about Maldek, the fall of Maldek, you could find some implications which might have some root to truth to it. Again, I'm going to refer to Astral Legend TV. So far, it could be malevolent, it could be misinformation. I believe that there is some truth to it, but like I said, we have many over layers of different perceptions of the truth, as we are all co-creating here one world. But you have to remember that you yourself alone are a universe walking around, encountering other universes. That means that your entire being might be very, very different from someone else's, but we have one thing in common, and that is right now we are on Earth and stuff is happening. Okay. So we have Lemuria. So in that sense, I'm going to also pull a Lemurian card. So for those of you who resonate with Lemuria, you are going to start working on an energy grid here, because it's time now that you start to understand. We are going to bring up light languages. What are light languages, and what's the trap there? What are the deception? I'm going to verify some things there. And if any of you want to attend to some of my workshops in the future, I am currently now in Spain, but next year I will be more available for workshops where I will provide you with information which have been given to me by physical people who are of this world, physical beings who are also connected. One that was recently Pleiadian, she died, unfortunately, but in a way I think she's still with us. She's probably still here listening to what I tell about her and laughing. So rest in peace, Miranda. If you want to have her book, her name is Miranda Linda Weiss, and her book is called Star Avatar. She was a good friend of mine. So about Lemurians. Some of you are Lemurians. Maybe all of you are. There are different constructs and ideas about what Lemuria are. They could all be true. Okay. Personally, I have a stronger attraction to Lemuria. And here again, we have 4-4 here. We have shine your light. So there could be a connection between Lemuria and Mintaka, because the Mintaka are Mers, basically. So yeah, that's a little bit why I'm bringing that one up. We are on 44 now. That's interesting. We have 44 on the car and we have 44 on the camera. Okay, so let's see. I'm not sure we will be able to bring forward all the messages that we need. Okay, so we also have the ever unfolded rose. So here in the West, the rose is equivalent to the lotus, basically. The lotus do have a role to play in regards to the 144,000 chosen ones. There are some dangers of those channels that are luring you into those sites, and you, the chosen one, you're very, very special. Listen to this. Think a little bit about it, okay? So I'm going to do my best and try to correct that up a little bit. So I have this attraction to roses. I think they are beautiful. I have a strong connection to roses, maybe because I'm from the West. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So something is about to unfold in you right now. Next message, please. Thank you. So yeah, again here, many of you are Pleiadian. So that does not mean you're only Pleiadian, but you could have your base there. That's what I'm most. That's my main ingredients, right? So the Pleiadians are now here. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And that's exactly what I find a little bit interesting, because when we say double mission, doesn't that make you at least a hidden or a sleeping agent? Not just a sleeping agent, but if you read June, Frank Herbert's June, I really recommend you to read that stuff if you're interested in high-tech futuristic stuff there, which is very relevant, like the face dances, shape-shifting and all that stuff. Anyway, the thing here which Frank Herbert brings up a lot is not just being a double agent, a triple agent, quadruple agent. So you need to understand that a lot of the good societies, especially new age people, they want what's best for us. Sorry, English again, late. Not my primordial language. New age is very corrupt, and I'll give you a billion reasons. Just the fact they are digging out so much gemstones and crystals from our mother, making new age is now an industry, and you can just go into any shop and get the most incredible. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have a few crystals and they might help you. However, these random shops, some shops that creates peacock out of crystals, not to mention the slavery in the slave trade, or the people who are working day and night to get this thing, out of the mine. Yeah, in that sense, I recommend you to perhaps stay Norwegian crystal. We don't have, at least, slavery in that sense. However, we do need a little bit crystal, or at least it's very useful for us. However, just buying mindlessly crystal, just and this thing, repairing your skin with it, and throwing a lot of crystals within the candlelight so you can manifest a new car. Please, guys, that's not why we are here. Okay. and try to validate them as this, there is consciousness attached to them. Okay, and that said, let's move on from the Pleiadian Council. So you need to know that you have your own council as a being here that you're attached to. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. So some of you here, this is also, I see, is falling around the Vegan system. It's falling also upon the Merkaba system. Some of you might find the very notion of you being a Pleiadian a little bit crazy. Let go of the control. If you let go of the control, you will open up. The 7 seals are basically the 7 chakras. It will be easier for all of us. Here we do have the chakras. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Yes. So the boundaries are needed for you to not buy into websites that basically are luring you in there as, now I found a website where you are the special chosen ones among all the other chosen ones. It's tempting to go in there and get verified that you're a superhero and that you're far more special than anyone else, isn't it? The ego trap. They will trap you by using your own ego against you. Oh, whatever your name is, we do see that you have something we need. Or don't you remember that you are a captain of this great ship? You guys are already special by daring, having the balls to incarnate on Earth. Makes you special, makes you a god. You don't need anyone to tell you that you are a super being. You already are a super being. And I'm not going to dig deep into that either, because I have a lot on my mind when it comes to star beings. And this is also the reason I am stepping a little bit back from the traditional love crisis between a man and a woman, or same-sex kind of things on my regular channel. I'm going to keep it up for some time, but it's time also for now you people out there who feels that there is something more to this, what's going on here. Yeah, first of all, you need to, if you can download these videos and go somewhere and watch them and you know, try to step out a little bit of the 5G zone. It's going to be more and more difficult. However, again, Kavasilas, you do have some information on how you can fight that a little bit. Okay. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yeah, nothing new about that. Again, it's not necessarily about raising your vibration. Yes, being in a good place, that's very good. It's also when you start to realize who you are, the vibration will raise itself automatically, basically. Cracked open. So talking about, you know, geodes, crystals from Earth. So it's many of you now will start to tap into this energy where, you know, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Some of you might have reached rock bottom now. I'm one of them. However, when I'm here getting to share this stuff with you, it's usually when we give up, we also surrender, and that's might be the very time you know, it's easy for me to jump between different kind of space-time continuums in one way. I've worked with jumping between parallel worlds for 30 years. I started astral projecting when I was 15. Now, there will always be people out there who think you're crazy, and what kind of life do they live? You know, it's now no longer up to other people to verify whether you are crazy or not. If you can pay your own bills, if whatever you do doesn't harm anyone, harm can be misinformation. Okay, so we're going to try and just poke into the subject. And I'm very resonating with Kavasilas here, in that sense that I want you to find, to understand that you already are your own guru. Okay, so maybe you need a little bit push. There is information out there, and he help other people remembering who they are. I'm going to stop a little bit there and tell you that yes, it's nice to remember who you are, but if you have that feeling that you are a sleeping agent, then are you sure you want to fiddle with exactly that? You know, so there are many things we can pick up for you. I can help you pick that up on your own. I have some education in that. Some of you are now being called to mission, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So a couple of more messages. Star Brothers. So here we have Horus, the eagle, the all-seeing falcon eye. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So many of you already have roots from Egypt. I see many of the people who come to my channel who wants to have past life reading have roots to Egypt. I'm going to give you the opportunity to, if you want to have your own private read, I'm going to reserve it in that sense that I'm going to use your astrological data, maybe ask you a few questions to measure it correct, and ask you a few questions and so forth and so forth. But I have to work a little bit on exactly where this is going. I haven't plucked up all my threads myself yet. Here you are getting grounded, and empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So picture someone sitting under a tree, right? And the sight isn't there yet because we are in this illusion that that's green, that's it. When you start to transcendence, you start your transcendence, you will see that the trees, the fauna, the flowers, they in fact are luminescence. That the world you live in is basically equal, as beautiful as Pandora. Okay, it's just that because of the fiddling with our DNA, with our senses, with this idea also of, we are basically being treated by cattle, that there are some people here who are basically channeling ancient light languages, all of these things to help you. Now, when you wake up, you will start to see world as a little bit different as you've known it. Now, welcome, whoever you are, my beautiful star brothers. There is now a great gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits. It's a soul tribe. Now there is a level that some cannot reach, which is maliciousness. If there is some kind of maliciousness in your system, it's not necessarily that it will be easy to reach certain places. There are certain levels where entities of who have some maliciousness to them cannot enter. Now, I do talk with the council now and then, and I'm making sure that it's not too external. Welcome, star bathing, light body, crystal grid transmission activation. So it's now time for you to start the activation. You are going to do this on your own, and I'm here to help you a little bit on the journey. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts, you've done this before, and that's why I also say we also have the courageous peony here, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Some of you have a mission out there like me. I had big issues showing my face up here, putting myself up down here, making a fool out of myself, all those old programming. However, I feel that what I have here and the information in regards to what I pick up and what I see, the information is just bombarding me, and I know that as long as the information comes from inside here, it cannot be fiddled with. So I'm trying to keep the information as pure as possible, and where there are something that could be fiddled with, they will try to keep you down. However, this is one of the reasons I started to do this. I have soul memories and gifts from lost lands. I have done this before, and so you basically also have done this before. Of course, my nails had to be super dirty. Well, I think I clean my nails like 1 billion times a day, and of course I flash them to you in your face, so that's not so pretty. However, that's how it's like to work with pictures, art, and when that's said, when it comes to cleanliness here, I don't know why, it seems to me like I have to constantly have a brush here. The reason I mention it is because it's very important to have a good hygiene during this process. I'm not just talking about shower every day, keep your apartment clean, wash clean, to keep just to be clean. But we have spiritual hygiene, we have physical hygiene. So although my nails, again, I got even a new brush and all this sits like this and this. I've been outside fiddling with some colors. And before you know it, you get spots on your blouse, So I'm going to make it real with you boys. I'm not going to pimp this channel into a place where I will look like the face of perfection and tell you that look at how abundant I am. All this you can also get by just thinking this and this and this. Yes, we are going to work a little bit with the laws of attraction, simply because it's our, if you're going to reach the next level, you need to take control over your mind. Okay, that means that manifesting, you need to break that chain where you self-sabotage things that you might need into your life that will fulfill your work. You self-sabotage it by old ways of thinking. Okay, so by saying now, by, as accepting that I'm ready. What do I need to do? Think of this as some free lectures and that I offer to you. And if you do have some good stories to share with us, feel free to comment below. I love helping out people, but the dawn of, for me, is going to be less and less to the time ahead, where I can help people with what are Mr. Johnson's feelings towards me versus there are bigger things going on here. So if your day consists of what Mr. Johnson's feelings towards you are, then maybe you're not ready for this. Okay, Mr. Johnson's feelings towards you is irrelevant towards this mission that many of you have. If you are either a sleeping agent, a starseed, there could be a soulmate out there that, all this stuff about twin flame and all that stuff, there could be something to it where two souls meet and they amplify, they have a mission together. However, I think the focus now is first and most for you to find out what your specific path is, what is it that you can do, and sometimes just being in the same room as other people, being fully aware of who you are and what you are, could be enough. You emit that energy, and as you emit that energy, just like an antenna, you are sending out data, which sometimes is enough for someone who seems to be sleeping. In order for them to process that data, it might take 1 day, 10 years, or it can even take longer, but they might also carry this data with them, and basically think of it as a nice little Trojan horse, and that it's supposed to at least have a constructive effect. Okay, so this is the channel where we are going to work with the light, not the dark. Maybe we will do some shadow work, for sure, that's possible. However, I feel that the other channel is more than good enough to work with things that are more entertaining than this. This is your higher calling. This is your higher calling. If you feel that you're ready to, you want to be on earth, you just want to have a family, you just want to have a regular job, you're not ready for this, then that's fine. Join my other channel, join my free spreads, I'll help you out there, and maybe you'll be ready when you realize that this is not the reason that some of us are here. Okay, so it's not like either you are with us or you're against us. your time will come when you realize who you are, what you are, and why you're here. Thank you so much. I'm Raven from southeast coast of Norway, also known as the gatekeeper of Stariel, whatever you want to call me. Haha! That was a good ego boost. Tell me, what do you think your mission is? Are you a mer, like many of us? Do you have some memories from other places? Have you ever been abducted by aliens? I do hear many stories about it. I've had visitors. I can't remember being in some kind of spaceship. So I'm going to keep it real to you. I'm not going to make up stories to keep myself or this channel more interesting. I'm going to keep it real with you guys, okay? From what I've experienced, from what I've seen, from what I can do, from what I cannot do. In that sense, I'm not here to, let's just say I'm not here to keep you in the dark. I'm trying to pull you into your own organic light that comes from within, to guide you into that light. Thank you so much. Catch you on the flip side.